All right, we are going to indulge in Basheemae Coffee.
Yes.
So Janelle,
Yeah.
you have to let us know, what was the motivation to start a coffee company, a coffee brand? Why?
So initially, my intention was not to actually start a coffee brand. I love coffee, tea, hot chocolate, everything that just makes you feel warm and fuzzy. And from just traveling to different countries and trying coffees and talking to other folks who love coffee, it just evolved, right? And at one point, I was just very busy, and didn't have time to do things that I really enjoy. And I realized that it wasn't making me better, right? And so what made me better is slowing down and finding that time. And during that time, I just found myself drinking a lot of coffee and teas and other things. And then slowly I got to a point where I just wanted it to be just right for me. And I started to come up with the flavors that I wanted to bring together. So then I realized that being busy wasn't helping me. Right? It wasn't making me better. Slowing down was actually making me better.
Right.
So in those times of slower living, I was able to have more genuine connections with people, but usually over coffee.
Over coffee.
Right.
So why don't we take a taste of the coffee?
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers to life. Yes.
Slower life. It's the chocolate in there that got me.
Yes.
Definitely the chocolate, yeah.
Yes.
And you know I'm not a coffee drinker.
I know.
But this is it because I'm a chocoholic.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So, Janelle, tell us, where did the name Basheemae come from?
Okay. So my father's nickname is Bash. And when I was born, he had a coworker who looked at pictures of me and said, "Oh my gosh, she looks just like you. You may as well call her Basheemae." And so it just stuck.
It stuck. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Now, let's talk a little bit about the connection with coffee and your lifestyle. Okay. What is the connection, if any?
Yes, there's definitely a connection. So at one point, I just used to be a busy bee, right? I think I'm still a busy bee, but not as much. And I realized that being busy wasn't necessarily helping me, right?
Okay.
Being busy didn't necessarily mean that I was whole, that I was healthy, and that I was really, doing what was best for me, right? And for my family and my loved ones. And so I decided it was time to slow down. So it meant taking time for the things that matter most, right? The things that I enjoy the most: live music, theater, performance, art, traveling, coffee, tea, hot chocolate, warm drinks, right? And so just spending more time, quiet time, and then also forming genuine connections with people and having the time to do that.
Right.
And a lot of that time was spent drinking a cup of coffee, drinking a cup of tea, traveling to different cafes throughout New York City, just to try their coffee, right? And in doing that, I started to develop, I guess my palate started to develop preferences. And so I selected those preferences and I decided, you know what? I'm going to craft a coffee. I'm going to curate a coffee just for me, the perfect cup just for me. And before you know it, it was a perfect cup for a lot of other people.
For a lot of us.
Yes.
Yes. So cheers to doing that.
Yes,
We are
cheers.
so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
So one of the things that I realized as I was forming these genuine connections with people is that sometimes we just become so busy that we literally have no time at all for ourselves or for other people. So just in talking to busy professionals, moms, they just feel like they have no time in their day. And I was feeling the same way. I didn't have time to exercise. I didn't have time to eat right. I didn't have time to do any of the things that I enjoy doing. And so I decided, you know what? This year, I'm going to make time for everything that's important to me. So in that year, I started training for marathons. I ran 3 half marathons and some others. I made time for a team of runners that I was able to connect with, and I learned so much, not just about running, but about life, how to do life and do life differently, and how to live life now and not put things off. And so for the coffee brand, it literally just happened, right? Because I just made time for it. And there were days when I would literally just sit here, even in this space, and just close my eyes and just listen to the sounds around me. I never had time for that before. I remember there was one day, I'm looking at this flower in front of me, this lily in front of me, and I remember one day sitting here and watching the lily open. And it was a little creepy at first, but just watching it open reminded me that we can slow down to the speed of life. Right? And so Basheemae is all about life. It's about living life to the fullest. Not just kind of, being all over the place having fun, but enjoying everything that is important. So whether it's a smile, whether it's a flower blooming, whether it's a conversation with a stranger, whether it's laughter, listening to music, running, walking, whatever it is, live life now.